Hello and welcome to the Littlest Book Corner. My name is Jojo and today I'm going to be talking about building your baby's first library. So whether you're an expectant mama, whether you have a brand new tiny newborn, or maybe this is your second, third, or even fourth or fifth baby, but you're just looking for a little bit of inspiration and some new reads for your little baby, then we have something for you today. First off, I want to get started by talking about the reasons why reading to your newborn is so great. If you're anything like me when I had my little ones, we read to them, but more out of spending time with them and also preparing them for their bedtime routine without even realizing how many benefits there are. And I'm so glad that we did spend that time with them, because since then I've realized that and seen myself how great the benefits are. I am no doctor or teacher, I'm just a mom. So if you want all of the proper research, statistics, and more in-depth information on these benefits, then go ahead and just go on Google and type in benefits of reading to your newborn, and you're going to be inundated with information because there's so much good stuff out there. But I'm just going to highlight a few and then move on to some great books to read with your newborn. And then I'm going to move on to some great books for your newborn. First off, reading with your newborn is just wonderful bonding time for you and the baby. You're both going to get so much out of it. You as a new mama, you're just going to love that snuggle time, having them cuddled up with you, listening to your voice, and they're going to love listening to your voice. It's so soothing to them. But also they're going to be looking at all these pictures. They're going to be hearing the sound of your voice, hearing all these words, seeing shapes and colors and objects. So you're really helping them with their sensory development in terms of sound and even touch, as they might lift flaps or touch different textures, and of course with their sight, what they're taking in visually as well. So some really great benefits there. The other thing, of course, is their vocabulary. You're really building something in place as they're listening to these new words. Although obviously they're not going to talk for a while, their brains are such little sponges. They take in so much, and there's so many building blocks going into place at that time. So as you begin to introduce them to new words, their language skills are going to develop, and you're really going to see the benefits of that as they get older. And another great reason is that they're going to learn that story time and reading is fun. They're going to really look forward to that time with you where they get to read, and as they get older, it's going to be so natural for them to sit down and read with you. And that will transfer as they grow and can read themselves. They're going to reach for those books, and you're really going to instill a love of reading in them. So many benefits, but what books to choose? Well, I've selected a few that I think are great. I've got a couple to show you that I've used with my little ones that worked really well. And I also asked you, our followers, what books you recommend? What books did your little ones love? And you got back to me with some great recommendations. So I'm going to be sharing some of those as well. Just to start off with, these are some books that I did not know about and I wish I had access to when my two were newborns. They're very practical as well as very cute, as you will see. The first one that I want to show you is this baby's very first stroller book, and this is the jungle one. And you'll see here it has this attachment which does come off so you can easily clean it, and this can attach to your baby's stroller, to the car seat, to their play gym, even to your diaper bag if you just don't want to lose it and want to keep it attached. And so this can really go anywhere to entertain your little one as an alternative just to maybe a cuddly toy or a rattle or something. And I love this because not only is it really practical, but it's also got some really great illustrations in here, finger trails, peekaboo cutouts, and animals. We found that animals were great books because you could keep using those animal names and the noises they make, and it's fun for the little ones to hear, but it also helps them learn the names of the animals. And I know that animal names and sounds were definitely some of the first words that our little ones came out with when they started to talk. So you can tell they really took them in. As their sight is developing, they can really distinguish those bright contrast colors and also black and white and patterns. So they're going to really enjoy looking at that. This next one is just so cute. I was so excited to to actually see this one because it's kind of a cross between a book and a cuddly toy. And as you can see here, there's just so many different textures for your little one to feel and explore. And even one of the feet here makes that scrunchy noise, which our little ones just loved. And so very cute just for them to have a little cuddle with. But as you open up, there's a little story inside as well with these really cute pictures. And the story is super sweet for you to read to your little one. I love you, little bunny. You make every day feel sunny. And when I'm next to you, the sky is always blue. And it goes on just continuing just as adorably. And these little pages, again, are still material. So nice and easy for your little ones to grab and turn and touch and feel and explore. And then even more texture on the back page here as well. And there's just seals up nice and easily there, and you can hang this as well so that your little one can reach and grab for it and play for it. So I think this is a really great multi-purpose book. Speaking of multi-purpose books, I love this cloth book. Now cloth books again are so great for little ones who are just tiny and they can scrunch the pages, easy to hold, easy to turn. But this one also has an inbuilt rattle and just something for your little one to play with. And when they get a bit older, you have a teether here as well. So I think this one is just really great on a practical level. And again, all the animals and bright colors to enjoy. As I mentioned earlier, it's easier for babies to distinguish black and white and patterns. Well, I love this book because it has both. And as they get older and they're learning to count, you have the counting too. But when they're in the newborn stage, this is going to be really fun for them to look at, but also fantastic for tummy time. You can lay it down and when they're on their tummy time, they're going to enjoy looking at this, grabbing at this. And if your little ones are anything like ours were, tummy time was always a bit of a struggle. So it's always really great to have something to keep them occupied, even if it just keeps them on their tummy for a minute longer. It's so worth it because we all know how important tummy time is. So this is a really great practical book also. And yeah, as they get older, toddler age, and they're learning to count, it's great for that also. Nice and simple and clear and fun for them to take a look at. Now, I just want to show you a couple of books that we used with our little ones when they were newborns. This one was a favorite with both of them. We really didn't know what we were doing when we were buying books to start out with, but we managed to stumble across this one and it worked so well without even realizing it had the patterns in, the bright contrasting colors, really nice, thick, sturdy board book. And it was really fun because it has the lift the flap as well. And again, really sturdy, thick flaps. So it really has stood the test of time. It's looking a little bit worn now, but it's done really well. And it's just a little bit of writing, so you get to read, but not too much. So they're still learning words, but they're not overwhelmed with too many. And again, there's animals in there, and it's little Puppy, and he's ready for a game, and Puppy says, woof, woof. And so this was really great for them when they were newborns, just to look at. And then when they started to get a little bit older, being able to lift the flaps and kind of do a bit of a peekaboo was really fun for them too. And we must have read this pretty much every night when they were newborns, and it never seemed to get tired. So this was a great one. And this one we just got with our second baby, and again, great high contrast colors, animals. Who's my baby? Kitten. And again, you can do the noises of the animals with this one. But the reason I really like this, on top of the lift the flap and the colors and the animals, is the last page. You've got the mummy and the daddy, and they say, who's my baby? And you lift the flap and there's a mirror. So baby can have fun speaking to themselves when they start talking and looking at themselves, and that's highly entertaining for them too. So any ones with mirrors are really good fun. Now then, for some of your suggestions, and these are really great suggestions. The first one is a classic, Dear Zoo. And again, lots of animals with a really cute story. I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet. They sent me and then you get to see the animal. And he was too big. I sent him back. So then you get sent another pet, lots more lift the flaps. And then at the end, it goes right through. they thought very hard and sent me a puppy, and he was perfect, and I kept him. And I even remember this from when I was younger. It's such a great, fun book. This one is just so sweet. On the Night You Were Born. Really beautifully illustrated. Definitely more of a bedtime story that you can speak calmly and sweetly to your little one, and even as they get older, just to remind them of how special they are and how wonderful and magical it was when they came into the world. And as you can see here, just really beautiful illustrations. And you could read the story, or you can just talk to them as you're reading this. And again, a nice board book. And then finally, 10 Little Fingers and 10 Little Toes. I really like this one. It's definitely a bit thicker, but it's got this nice squishy cover. And inside are the board pages. There was one little baby who was born far away, and another who was born on the very next day. And both of these babies, as everyone knows, had 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. So very, very cute, and it really goes through all the different babies that have been born from all over the world, and the one thing that makes them the same is their 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. And there's one part where your little one can wiggle their toes, and this can be a fun one to really engage your little one as you touch their fingers and tickle their toes while you read this with them, and you can make this really cute. It's definitely a longer one, but you don't have to read the whole thing. But when they get older, they might really enjoy it being longer. So just very, very sweet. So you might be thinking, well, these are all great books, but how do I start my library? Books can really add up in cost. Well, if you are planning your baby shower, there's a really great way that you can help to kickstart your baby's library. And this is something that a friend of mine sent with their invitation. I just thought it was the best idea. Along with your baby shower invitation, you can insert an extra card. And there's so many cute ways you can say this, but to just summarize, basically it's, instead of getting me a card, please can you get me a book for the baby instead? And as you write your name in that, then as the baby gets older, they'll always be able to remember that you bought them that book. So it's a really sweet idea, and it's a really nice touch. Rather than just a card that can easily be discarded, it's actually getting something that will last for your baby and that they'll be able to enjoy for years to come. Again, if you just type that into Google, I think it's baby shower card rhyme or something to that effect, you'll see some really great examples of how you can do that. But yes, I hope this has given you some great ideas on the kind of books that your newborn is going to enjoy. You may already have a brilliant idea and know some books already, but I hope this has helped to maybe inspire others who are a bit more like me and had no idea what they were doing, or just needed a little bit of extra inspiration. And also, if you have a little one and I haven't included a book here that your baby loved, then please comment below. Let's start a conversation and let's share all our ideas as mums and let people know what books that your baby loved. And, you know, that's one of the great ways that we can get recommendations and find books that our little ones are going to love. So all the best with your newborn. I hope that you have such a wonderful time beginning this reading journey with them. And I know that you're just going to love that snuggle time as well. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for future story times and book reviews. But in the meantime, keep your little ones reading. Goodbye. If your little one loved this book, you can get your very own copy by clicking on the link below. Don't forget to connect with us on social media for story time, giveaways, and more. Thanks for watching.